Well, YouTube, we're standing out here in my storage yard in the snow. You might wonder why I'm out here in the snow. Well, I'm going to introduce my next project. This green pile of beautiful garbage is our old 1969 F350 farm truck, which is a oldie but a goodie, honestly. I honestly like this truck, even though it is a Ford. Most of you know I'm a Chevy fanatic, but this truck does have a spot in my heart. I started driving this truck when I was 12. Sure it is, we needed it. We just needed a farm truck, like a runaround beater dump truck. We picked this up, probably 2,000 bucks if that, years ago when I was like 3 years old. It's been sitting in my field for 7 years, and my dad finally basically gave it to me and said, see if you can get her going, see if you can fix it up, get it restored. As you can see, it's got the old school stake box. For some reason it's got the big mud diggers on the back, even though it would get stuck in a puddle, if I remember correctly. This truck will need everything, but it's going to be a very slow process on this build, just because my Chevy is going to take priority until I get the axles and the motor done that I have planned. Once that's done, I probably will turn to this more. This big baby is a two-wheel drive, and kind of a strange one because you think a big truck like this would have bigger than a 360 motor, right? Nope. Let me pop the hood here. As you can see, it does still have the emblems, which is going to be a good thing because those probably are a pain to find. I don't know, but I'd guess they're not exactly fun to find. Still got both our emblems in good shape, amazingly, but under this heavy flipping hood is a 360 cubic inch Ford FE Series big block, 4-barrel Motorcraft carb. I believe it's we think it's a factory carb on it. I'm not actually sure. I really haven't pulled this thing apart before. We're going to see if this battery's still any good. I somewhat doubt it, honestly. But it's still the old V-drive belts. All that stuff. Original motor. Let me see if the odometer's in here. I don't think it is. If it is, I'll be very, very surprised, honestly. As you can see, the birds love this truck. This interior is basically a collection of junk that we have laying around out here. The interior windshield is junk. Everything's pretty much trashed, but it's going to be a very slow, like I said, rebuild. Here's the dump controls down here, which is done by a company in my hometown, Chelsea, Michigan. Chelsea PTO, but they are no longer in business. There's their little tag. I wish they were still in business because I actually might save the dump then, but if I remember right, it was. This goes out, then this, and you turn and it would dump, and then this back in, close this. As you can see, it's a 4-speed stick. Let me show you the throw on this thing. I'm 5'6", so this is going to be interesting. I'm probably going to put a shorter shifter in here because here's neutral. Boom. First. Second. Third. Fourth. Third and fourth are close, but first and second are huge. First and second are absolutely huge. Boom, 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 boom. Reverse over here, way down over here. Still has, looks like it might be a factory radio. I'm not even sure, I have no clue. Your HVAC controls that never worked are down here. Fan, heat, and slider, the destroyed old ashtray. Has an aftermarket guitar, which, if I remember, it works. It's a Mario Andretti. If anyone knows anything about it, let me know. Chokes over here, which I will need when I eventually go to get it started. But the eventual plan with this truck is, first of all, I'm just going to clean it out, get it running. As you can see, it needs a cleaning. It's been sitting here for 7 years, and the animals have pretty much made it their own at this point, honestly. So we're going to do that, and then basically just get it running, get it turned, and see if we can get it to fire. I know the brakes are bad, so I might just focus on getting the frame and the brakes straightened out first for my first project. Try and figure out what rear gears are in this pig, because I'm going to turn it into a pulling like a tow truck. Maybe truck pulls with it, who knows. Piss everyone off at the local fairgrounds when it wakes up with the giant lope this cam has. It has a big cam in it. It lopes like crazy, and it's a basically open headers, so it is louder than anything I can think of. For those of you who've seen the videos of my Chevy, times that by 10 or a little more. It's ridiculous. So that's the eventual plan on Project Ford. Gonna be a very slow one. I'm gonna try to just get it to turn, basically get it turning, get it to fire, so might be able to move it to where I could work on it better. I'll just give you a little tour of our yard where we're out here, the stuff that I am familiar with anyways. There's only really one thing you'd probably get a kick out of, and that is over here next to the Ford. You probably saw it in the first shot. Is holy crap, this thing's stiff. This is my buddy Jake's S10 that's basically in cold storage until he comes back from the Army. Oh, the fun we've had in this truck. Yes, Jake subscribes to the stickers add horsepower theory. I personally don't. But it's what I remember, it's a 4-cylinder automatic trans that went out. Jake eventually dreams of a LSX swap. Who knows if we'll ever get to it, but this truck has had the living heck kicked out of it, and it's somehow still here, so eventually we will save it. That's going to be a project for another time. Alrighty, peace.